Welcome all of you, and we'll start our class. Om Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. We are all here to learn Bhagavad Gita. But Bhagavad Gita is nothing but how to be disciplined. Children, if one thing you have to understand from this is to get disciplined. For example, if someone is telling you that during the class, do not unmute. That means you should not unmute unless required. That is first discipline. Second, I have observed you are chatting between people around yourself. If I see chatting, I can read all the chats after the class. In the last class, I am very unhappy that someone is chatting in a very wrong words. So this class, the purpose of the class is defied if you are doing all this. So no more chatting, no more unnecessary chatting in the class during the class. If anyone has question, please raise your hand. Okay? Then I will see who has to be asking the question. We have 15 minutes after the class to ask questions. So I request parents to be with them. So children are children, they will play. But if one of the parents are with the kid, this won't happen. So I will request Aditi or Sharav to chant this Guru Mantra.
Can I?
Yes, go ahead.
Om Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Gurur Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha.
So today we start with a story of temple. And one such temple is Ayyar Malai. It is a Shiva temple, and we will know about it through two parts. First part today, and next part will be next class. Over to you, Madhav.
Sir,
Go ahead, Madhav.
story of Ayyar Malai Part 1. This is Ayyar Malai. This Ayyar Malai is in Karur district of Tamil Nadu. The temple was built by Kilothanga Cholan II. The temple is situated 1,200 feet above ground level and can be reached by only climbing 1,140 steps. Pandavas during Anyanavas was believed to hiding here, hence called Ivar Five People Malai, which later turned out to be called Ayyar Malai. Once upon a time, Vayu and Adisheshan got into a fight. To hide from Vayu Bhagavan, Adisheshan hid under Miro mountain. After Vayu finding out, broke the mountain into 5 pieces, one of which fell and became Ayyar Malai. Since Miro belonged to Shiva and Vayu has respected him by breaking it. He was instructed by Shiva himself to go to Penance in Vatpoki Malai, which is also called Ayyar Malai. So, it is a place where Vayu Bhagavan got power vimochana. The deity is Swayambalingam called Ratnagirishwarar, precious stone. Previously, Ayyar Malai was ruled by Arya Raja, who had a beautiful Ratna crown, which was lost one day. He got a dream that it was the deity of Ratnagirishwarar. So he went uphill and found it crowned on the lingam. The Andana who was doing puja told the king that he can fill the well in front of the deity with Kaveri water and take the crown. Since he was a tedious task, the king got tired of going up and down the hill. He got angry and took his wall sword to kill the Andanar. The Andanar vanished and the sword hit the Suyamba Lingam. Inside, blood started gushing. The king immediately realized his mistake and made severe penance to apologize to the deity. The wall sword also vanished, hence the hill is also called Valpoki, place where the sword vanished. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Hari Om. Excellent. He is only in third standard and he is still able to do this. Fourth standard. He's gone to fourth. So we understand how he has made the PPT. His mother has helped and he is done very well. Next class, he will tell the part 2.
Hari Om, sir.
Chapter 6. Hello. Can you? Yeah. So let us enter the chapter 6. Can you hear me? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes,
So chapter 6 is Atma Samyamya Yoga or Dhyana Yoga. We all know Dhyanam is not to be mistaken for any powers. Okay. Power is generally knowledge, and knowledge is what we are going to get through Krishna's teaching to Arjuna. Okay. Ayush, please can you mute?
Yes, sir.
Please do not unmute, Ayush.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
We will be little stricter now. If you unmute again, we will have to keep you in waiting. So, Dhyana Yoga is meditation. And do not mistaken meditation for mystic powers. In the beginning of this chapter, we saw meditation means understanding your own self, the God hidden within you. And this will happen in few steps. It is not that one day you sit and you start finding God within you. So in this today's class, we will see how we can do that. Children, we know that some children in our classes, they are doing Sandhya Vandanam, one type of meditation. One such child, Purvik, he is in near UAE, United Arab Emirates, and he is in Al Ain. Am I right, Purvik?
Yes, sir.
And he is in which class?
Grade 5, sir.
Grade 5. Today he will explain us about Sandhya Vandanam. Go ahead.
Good evening, all. Today I am going to tell some benefits about Sandhya Vandanam. So, next slide. This is an ancient ritual by which we give salutation to sun performed by Divija or person who has got sacred thread or have undergone Upanayanam by their elders. This is a ritual to be done 3 times a day, like early morning, during sunrise, mid-afternoon, and during sunset in the evening. Sandhya Vandanam consists of recitation of some mantras, Argya to Lord Sun, Gayatri Japa mainly on. Sandhya Vandanam should be done daily by all Divijas to keep our tradition and ritual practices. Practice of daily Sandhya Vandanam was also performed by Bhagavan Shri Krishna and Shri Rama according to some ancient texts. It should be performed facing sun, east in the morning, north in the afternoon, and west in the evening times. Chanting of Gayatri Mantra can be counted using our own fingers or japamala. Accessories for the procedure includes mainly clean water, japmal, mat to sit, utensils like argya patre, uddarane, panchapatre, and some extra items according to individual practice they follow. Sandhya Vandanam starts with Shuddhi, Achmaniya, Pranayama, Sankalpa, Marjane, Argya, Gayatri Japa, Sun solution, and Pravara recitation. Some of the steps change according to their family tradition. Sandhya Vandanam should perform with its own attire and should sit in a clean and silent place so there will be no distractions. Performing Sandhya Vandana daily is first and foremost important aspect in life of every Divija. Simple meaning of Gayatri Mantra. Om Bhur Bhuva Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bargo Devasya Dhimai Diyo Yuna Prachodaya. Om Brahma or Almighty God. Bhuhu, embodiment of vital spiritual energy. Bhuvaha, destroyer of suffering. Swaha, embodiment of happiness. That Savitur, bright, luminous like the sun. Varenya, best, most exalted. Bargo, destroyer of sins. Devasya, divine. Dhimahi, may imbibe. Dio, intellect. Yo, who, na, our. Prachodaya, may inspire. Next slide, sir. Ways of counting Gayatri Mantra during Sandhya Vandanam. Two types. So next slide. Advantages: concentration at our work and enlightenment of our knowledge, following the tradition which was taught to us by our elders. Performing Sandhya Vandanam will not harm anyone or disturb anyone, as it is an unharmful procedure. Chanting Gayatri Mantra will make our way to spiritual prosperity and good health, good thought, and respect each and everything in our day-to-day activities. There are a lot of research done by great people. It is performed daily. The lifestyle will change and persons will be prosperous in their life along with their family. There will be charm in the face of the person which is not available in the artificial creams. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Purvik. What is your experience, Purvik? That was more important. Can you share your experience? That was what I was expecting. You are doing Sandhya Vandanam, right?
Yes, sir.
So what is your experience? Do you use creams or your charm is natural?
Our charm is natural, sir.
No, what is your experience? Are you doing your set 3 times? Are you doing 3 times? Are you able to do it?
2 times, sir. 2 times.
2 times. So that is what more I wanted. Anyway, good efforts. 2 things I would point out. It is not salutation, it is salutation. Means you salute someone, right? So you pay your respects to sun god. Second is not Divija, it is Dvija. Dvija means twice born. Once you are born from mother's womb. Second time you are born because you know the knowledge of Sandhya. So Dvija. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Now we go to Anand. Anand has been in Hubli. He is in, if I am not wrong, he is in 4th or 5th standard, right, Anand?
Sir, I'm 4th.
4th. Okay. And he also started doing Sandhya from last 2 years. And he's going to
Sir,
share
2 months.
2 months. And he will tell us his experience. Why I'm showing you different parts of the country and in world is because Sandhya is not limited to India. It can be done anywhere. It can be done any place on the world and in the country. Before that, Darshil, you have any question, Darshil? You have raised your hand. Darshil, please unmute. Yes.
It is Is there any disadvantages of Sandhya Vandanam?
There are no disadvantages of Sandhya Vandanam.
Why?
Why it will be when you are praying to Lord Sun himself? Why he will get disadvantage? No way. You have anything in mind?
No.
God will always give you boons, no bane. So this is prayer directly to God. And when you pray to God, God will always give prasad, some or the other form of prasad. So when you go to temple, you get prasad, right? Is it sweet or bitter? So that way there will be no disadvantages. Okay, good question, but okay, we'll go ahead with Anand. Go ahead, Anand.
Yes, sir. Sandhya Vandani. Hari Om everyone. My name is Anand Kulkarni. Today I am going to explain about how I do Sandhya Vandani every day according to Rig Veda. Step 1. Atma, chanting names of Lord Krishna. Example, Keshavaya Swaha, Narayana Swaha. Step 2. Pranayama, Anuloma Viloma. Like etc. Step 3. Sankalpa, stating of today's date. Like Shopanam Samvatsari, Uttarayane, Grishma Ritu, Jyeshta Mase, Chaturthi Antito, Shubha Nakshatre, Shubha Yoge, Shubha Karane. Step 4. Surya Argyam, offering devotion to Lord Surya. We should chant Gayatri Mantra and offer the water to Lord Surya. So next slide.
Bhuta Chatana, what you have written there? Last.
Bhutochatana.
Yes, sir. Bhuto Chatana. It is a. We should say the mantras in Bhuto Chatana. Then that mantra.
It helps to drive away evil forces.
Yes.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Good.
Next slide. Step 5. Gayatri Japa, chanting Gayatri Mantra 11 times. Step 6. Making triangle in the water like Om, Bhuvu, Bhuvaha, Swaha, Vam, Trim. Step 7. Marjanam. We should say Apo Ishta, Maya, Bhuvaha, Tanapo, Jeta, Tatana, Mahirana, Isakshashi, Yavashuta, Morsaha, Tasma, Arangama, Isaksha, Janvata, Apo, Janata, Janata. So next slide. Step 8. Narayan Japa 30 times. We should say Narayan Mantra 30 times like this. Om Namo Narayanaaya Namaha. Then Krishna Japa 10 times. Om Klim Krishnaya Namaha. And then Shiva Japa 10 times. We should say Om Namah Shivaya. And then Sandhya Vandana is finished. I've been doing the Sandhya Vandana since 2 months. I'm doing the Sandhya Vandana twice a day. And I've been blessed by Lord Timmappa Hegde sir and Sachin sir and all the Param Vedanta. Thank you, Hari Om. Shri Krishna Arpanamastu.
Shri Krishna Arpanamastu. Thank you so much. Excellent. And we look forward to listen from you at different stages of this class. And with this Sandhya Vandanam, I know you will become more powerful. You will be more knowledgeable. All of you are intelligent in this class. But if you want to use your intelligence with focus, you have to do some kind of japam. Some kind of discipline should be there. Getting early morning, chanting some mantras. In the evening, before Sandhya, you have to do lamp lighting and chanting some mantras. If all of you start doing this, I'm 100% guaranteed that you will get this knowledge, you will get the power, and you will be very successful in your life. And most importantly, you'll be always happy, cheerful. So very nicely in 8 steps, Anand has mentioned this. We'll go to the class proper today. So we have seen in the last class about Sharav who explaining us that the yogi's mind is like the lamp which is not wavered by or flickered by anything around. So yogi's mind is concentrated. He is not going to be moving because of the wind or because of his senses. That is what we saw last time. And we also learned whenever there is occasion, whichever occasion it is, we don't blow the candle or blow the lamp. We actually light the lamp. This is our tradition. We should try and avoid blowing the candles, especially when there is occasion of a birthday. We can light the candles, but blowing should be avoided. In the 20th verse, we have seen that mind which is restrained, and this doesn't get immediately. We have to practice regularly. Like today we did meditation where we concentrate in the mind, but tomorrow we don't do it. Then day after tomorrow we forget everything. Same way, every day a yogi practices this, and that's how his mind is quietened and he's more centered with the atma than anatma, means outside world.
No.
Anvit, you have raised hand.
Sir, if you light a candle in a cake, then if you don't blow it, how can we eat it?
So you should light the candle besides the cake, not in the cake. One thing is, see, scientifically, the candle is made up of some wax. When it melts, that is not good to eat. Second, when you blow, you are going to cut the cake and give to everyone, right? Blowing will cause all germs to go on the cake. It's not right. That is not the tradition which we should follow. And with you can still do it. I'm not saying you should not do it, but you can keep aside and blow. Yeah.
Sir, actually, I don't eat so many cakes.
Okay. Good. You should eat cakes. What is there wrong in cakes?
I won't eat cake.
I like cakes. Okay, that is good. Some people get upset with the cake or cream, but it is nothing wrong to not have cake and all. I am just mentioning our tradition is to light the lamp. Our tradition is to light the lamp and keep it lit rather than extinguishing it. Okay.
Sir, it can melt. No, sir. The cake will be in the fire.
Okay, I didn't understand what you're saying.
Sir, sir,
Yes.
the candle will melt. No, sir. That should not touch the cake. No, sir.
Correct. It should not touch the cake. So you keep the candle away from the cake. Do not keep on the cake. It's up to you, children. I'm just explaining you the shloka. The shloka says our mind should be like a lamp which is lit forever, and it is not wavered by any wind or anything which is blown to it. It should be strong. Now we'll go to the next, which is Pragna has mentioned, that our true nature is always, which is in samadhi, which is always focused within us. Madhav, can you mute, please? Yeah. So, when we start appreciating our self as not this limited body, but beyond this, like you see all the heroes in the movie. Have you seen Big Hero 6, Hero 6, the 6 heroes? Have you seen some movies, animation movies, where the hero will do something extraordinary because of some power? Yes, Rishikesh?
Participate class is on Monday. ಅವ್ರದ್ದಿದೆ ಅವ್ರ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್
Rishikesh, please mute.
ನಿನ್ನ ಗೆಸ್ಟ್
Rishikesh, please mute. Yeah, thank you. So, once we know that there is power within us, then like one story by Anvit today will tell you how the power is generated and what people can do with the power. Anvit, over to you. Story of Hanuman.
Hari Om, sir.
Hari Om.
Today I'm going to say the story of Hanuman, how he saved Lakshmana. Lakshmana critically injured due to the attack of Brahmastra by Meghananda. He was in a critical condition that needed immediate action. An expert named Sushin Vaidya. He was called into cure him and heal the wound. He needed a specific herb called Sanjeevani, herb of
Sanjeevani.
Her from
Dronagiri mountain. The mountain was across the ocean and would take days and days to go there via road. That would cost the life of Lakshmana. Rama was the despair and Hanuman immediately agreed to help Rama. He flew to the mountain. So next slide. He faced many difficulties while flying to get the herb. A demon disguised himself as a hermit and convinced Hanuman to take a bath in the lake. That was the magical mountain that the demon had created. Hanuman went into the lake, but a crocodile tried to bite him. He got aware of this and started fighting crocodiles. The crocodile turned out to be Clistel Apsara, who told the reality. Hanuman immediately fought the demon who turned out to be Kalaneni, a minister from Ravana's court. He got to know the direction to Sanjeevani mountain and he kicked him hard to reach the court of Ravana. Now Hanuman reached Dronagiri mountain. He was confused as to which herb is Sanjeevani herb. He could not take a risk here instead wasting time to find the right herb and take a massive risk. He decided to take the whole mountain and head to an allying Lakshman, who needed immediate medical help. Next slide. He presented the whole mountain to Sushib Vaidya. Everyone was delighted to find Hanuman return such a short amount of time, and there was hope in the air now. Sushin Vaidya then instructed Hanuman to fetch herb with specific instruction. He guided Hanuman and Hanuman could fetch them successfully. Now Sushin Vaidya started cure and applied the herb to the wound of Lakshman. He then said that would take some time for her to take effort. Everyone was waiting and praying. There was lot of stress. Finally, they heard a voice. Next slide. Next lesson.
You have to explain.
Only this much?
No, one
That's
more
it.
is there.
No,
Sorry.
sir.
Done?
Sir.
Darshil, yes, Darshil.
Can you open my verse in Sanskrit, please?
Now,
Finally,
Yes.
they are saying.
Darshil, there are two
Sir,
verses
I'm
before your
listening.
verse. Okay? So you have to wait. You have to wait. No, we are doing
Sir,
it.
there was one more slide.
Oh, I'm sorry then. This is what. Okay, you can tell us what is it?
You tell in your own words.
Tell in your own words. That is natural. Anvit,
No need
if
to
you started reading like
No
that,
listen.
many will
Don't read. You know the
don't
story
read like
very
that.
well.
Okay. Finally, they gave the medicine to Lakshmana, and Lakshmana was alive, and Rama thanked and hugged Hanuman and thanked Sushin Vaidya and asked him for anything written. And Sushin Vaidya said, I don't need any written. My work is to cure everyone and make sure they are healthy. Thank you. Thank you, sir, for giving this opportunity.
Excellent. When you are children, when you speak by your own words, it is far better than reading these lines. So I request you all prepare some presentation, but you say in your own words. Maybe it is not right, not accurate, but it should be in your own words. With that, we understood how Hanumana brought entire mountain
I'll do it.
rather than just a Sanjeevani herb, and that cured not Lakshmana, but everyone was
Sorry.
cured. Yes.
Sir, next time I'll read in I'll tell my own.
On way. Okay, good.
Sir?
Good. Yes.
Sir, when will my story come, sir?
Vishnu, you have to be patient, Vishnu. This is what we are learning in the class, right?
Okay, sir.
If it doesn't come also, okay. We are going slow because everyone should get chance, right? Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, I can't pronounce so many words because of my teeth.
Okay. Now today we have 22nd verse by Raghav Varshni. Raghav, you are there, I hope.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So ma'am will chant and then you chant after. Okay.
Okay.
Over to ma'am.
Thank you. Hari Om Shri Guru
Hari
Bhyo
Om,
Namah.
sir.
Yam labdhva cha param labham manyate nadhikam tataha yasmin sthito na dukkhena gurunapi vichalyate yam labdhva cha param labham
यं लब्ध्वा चापरं लाभं
मन्यते नाधिकं ततः
मन्यते नाधिकं ततः
यस्मिन् स्थितो न दुःखेन
यस्मिन् स्थितो न दुःखेन
there dukhena h something like h you have to say see duh okay? Yasmin sthito na dukkhena
यस्मिन् स्थितो न दुःखेन
there is duh do you observe that spelling? Then
Yes.
dukhena yasmin sthito na dukhena
यस्मिन् स्थितो न दुःखेन
very good gurunapi vichalyate
गुरुणापि विचाल्यते
let us all together chant yam labdhva cha param labham
0101
यं लब्ध्वा चापरं लाभं
manyate nadhikam tataha
मन्यते नाधिकं ततः
Yasmin sthito dukkhena
Yasmin sthito
दुःखेन
gurunapi vichalyate.
Gurunapi
विचार्यते.
Thank you, sir, for giving me this opportunity. So, labdhva yam cha, one should know that to be samadhi, attaining which manyate, one does not consider aparam labham, any other attainment, adhikam tata, to be superior to that, sthita yasmin na vichalyate, remaining in which na vichalyate. So, the meaning of this verse is having gained that state, one does not consider any attachment to be greater. Being thus established, one is not shaken even in the midst of the greatest calamities. Yes. So, next slide, please. So, the meaning of this verse is, in the material realm, no extent of attainment of a property satisfies a person totally. A poor person strives hard to become rich and feels satisfied if he or she is able to become a millionaire. But when the same millionaire looks at a billionaire, discontentment sets him or her again. The billionaire is also discontented by looking at an even richer person. No matter what happiness we get, when we perceive a higher state of happiness, the feeling of unfulfillment arrives. But happiness achieved from the state of yoga is the infinite bliss of God. Since there is nothing higher than that, one experiences that infinite bliss, the soul naturally perceives that it has reached its goal. So next slide, please. God's divine bliss is also eternal, and it can never be snatched away from a yogi who has attained it once. Such a God-realized soul, though residing in the material body, remains in the state of divine consciousness. Sometimes, externally, it seems that the saint is facing atrocities in the form of illness, opposing people, and oppressive environment. But internally, the saint retains divine consciousness and continues to relish the bliss of God. Thus, even the biggest difficulty cannot shake such a saint. Established in union with God, the saint rises above bodily consciousness and is thus not affected by bodily harm. For example, a pit of snakes tortured with weapons, placed in fire, thrown off a hill, etc. But none of these difficulties could break Prahlad's devotional union with God. One more example is of Mirabai. She was a Rajput princess she was the wife of the elder brother of Maharana Pratap. So she was such a Rajput princess, but since due to her devotion to Krishna, she went in the villages and preached. This was not his elder brother, Maharana Pratap's elder brother, didn't accept this. So he also tortured her with poison and etc. and each and everything. But her devotional union didn't misplaced. Thank you, sir, for giving me this opportunity. Dhanyavadam. Hari Om.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You are audible.
Yeah. Thank you very much. It was a good explanation of the verse. These 20, 21, 22, 23 verses are basically explaining us about how to meditate, and after meditation, how to understand our own God within us. We know God is there outside. We know God is in the temple, but there is this body itself is a temple, and the atma or the soul is God. So how to go and how to talk to it is these three verses they are saying. Now let us chant this verse. Ishita, are you there?
Yes, sir, I'm here.
Very good. So let us chant with ma'am and then we will you explain the verse. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Good. Over to you, ma'am.
Tam vidya dukkha sanyoga viyogam yoga sannitam sanishchayena yoktavyaha yogo nirvinna chetasa tam vidyad
Tam vidya,
vidyad
tam vidyad,
dukkha sanyoga
dukkha sanyoga,
viyogam
viyogam,
yoga sannitam
yoga sannidam,
Sangnitam. Yoga Sangnitam.
yoga sannidam,
Tam Vidya Dukkha Sanyoga Viyogam Yoga Sangnitam.
tam vidya dukkha sayogam, viyogam, yoga sannidam.
This whole line is one in a single unit. As a single unit, you have to chant. Okay. Tam Vidya Dukkha Sanyoga Viyogam is one word. Dukkha Sanyoga Viyogam. Can you repeat?
Dukkha sanyoga viyogam,
Yoga Sangnitam.
yoga sannidam.
Okay. Tam Vidya Dukkha Sanyoga Viyogam Yoga Sangnitam.
Tam vidya dukkha sayogam, viyogam, yoga sannidam.
Tam Vidya Dukkha Sanyoga. Okay. Not Sanyogam. Tam Vidya Dukkha Sanyoga Viyogam. Repeat.
Tam vidya dukkha sayoga viyogam,
Dukkha Sanyoga Viyogam.
dukkha sayoga viyogam.
Sayoga, no, it is Samyoga. There is SAM, no? So Samyoga, okay? Can you repeat?
Okay. Tam vidya dukkha samyoga,
Viyogam, hyphen means you have to say continuous chanting, okay?
viyogam,
Yoga Sangnitam.
yoga sannidam,
Sangnitam.
sannidam,
Sangnitam.
sannidam,
Ta, T-A, ta, tam. Sangnitam.
sannidam,
No, not da, ta, T-A-M. Can you read English one? Transliterated one. T-A-M.
sannidam.
Very good, very good. So now let me chant and then you repeat. Tam vidya dukkha sanyoga viyogam yoga sangnitam.
Tam vidya dukkha samyoga viyogam, yoga sannidam.
Very good. Sanishchayena
Sanischayena
yoktavyaha
yoktavyaha
yogo nirvinna
yogo nirvinna
chetasa
chetasa
yogo nirvinna chetasa.
yogo nirvinna chetasa.
Very good. Now let us all chant. Tam vidyat
Tam vidya,
tam vidyat
Tam vidya
vidyat, tam vidyad,
dukkha
Dukkha.
sanyoga
dukkha samyoga,
viyogam
Viyogam.
Dukkha sanyoga viyogam.
Vidya dukkha samyoga viyogam.
Tam vidya dukkha sanyoga viyogam.
Vidya dukkha samyoga viyogam.
Yeah, bit difficult one. Not very difficult, easy, but you have to observe properly. Tam vidya dukkha sanyoga. Just chant that much.
Tam vidya dukkha samyoga viyogam yoga sanyitam.
Very good. Okay. All of us together. Tam vidya dukkha sanyoga viyogam yoga sangitam.
yoga sanyitam.
Yeah. You have to speak little by little and then.
Yoga sanyitam.
Okay. Sanishchayena yoktavyaha
Sanishchayena
yogo nirvinna chetasa. Okay, this first line, tam vidyad, sam dukkha sanyoga viyogam. That is where you are, yeah.
In the Sanskrit lyrics and the English lyrics, there are two differences.
Yeah.
There in English it is written tam vidya dukkha samyoga. In Sanskrit it is written tam vidya dukkha sanyoga.
Huh,
And-
what's the, yeah, what you mean the spelling mistake, is it?
Yes, ma'am. And
There is
last line also there is yoktavyo. It is yoktavyaha.
yeah. When you split it, it can be pronounced as yoktavyo or yoktavyaha. Both mean the same. There is a sandhi, purva rupa sandhi. That is why you are getting yoktavyaha becomes yoktavyo. Okay, that is one thing. But dukkha, what did you say? What is a clarification you require?
The ma in the M's place there is a sai yoga, not sam yoga.
Yeah.
That-
See, yes, very good observation. This yam, that is makara. See, when you pronounce papa, papa, baba, ma, that ma is produced when the two lips join, no? The combination, when your lips, when the two lips come in contact with each other, upper lip and the lower lip, then you are going to get papa, baba, ma. Is it not?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Whereas Shankara, how will you write that? Also something like that. So here Sanyoga means it is Samyoga. Yam under the dot under yam that represents is a nasalization. Anunasika. Have you heard the fifth letter?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yes. That Anunasika, it is written as the dot below yam. Have you heard of Anunasika Sandhi?
Yes, ma'am. I have heard of it.
Like Sham plus Karaha, Shankaraha, fifth letter, of that particular Varga. Sham, if you have no? There is is Anuswara. It is followed by Kara. Ka is the Kavarga first letter. Not only first letter, any letter other than the fifth. Then fifth you will get in place of that is called Anunasika Sandhi. Okay, so the Ganga, Gam plus Ga, Ganga. You cannot pronounce that as Samyoga. No, Sanyoga. You have to use your nose as well as the mouth to pronounce that letter.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Yoktavyo is also same as yoktavyaha. Okay. Now, Ishita need to explain this.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Sir, can you change the slide? The meaning of this verse is that one should know that state which is dissociation from association with sorrow to be known as samadhi. Dhyana yoga leading to that should be practiced with firmness and tireless mind. It means that we all should be practicing dhyana yoga with determination, and we should not become lazy and not do it properly. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Very nicely explained and good chanting. This is a little difficult verse, but we'll take an example of Valmiki, and with this understand what is giving completely, what is samadhi. Samadhi means where you are deep in meditation. We don't even know what is happening around. One such story is about Valmiki. Over to you, Sastik.
Yes, sir. So everyone, today I will be talking about Maharishi Valmiki, who has been considered to have written the Ramayana. So first we should of course start with any part that should be started with in a person's life, his birth. Maharishi Valmiki was the first son of Prechata, who was the ninth son of Rishi Kashyap and Aditi. His mother's name was Charshini, and also he had one brother named Brigu. As per mythology, he was kidnapped by a bhil in his childhood. And for those people who don't know what a bhil is, it is basically a great race inside India. You can check it up if you want. The bhil clan has lots of times given birth to robbers, burglars, etc. So that's why Maharishi Valmiki was again taken in. He was named Ratnakar. As he was kidnapped, nobody can do anything about that. And the people of Bhil clan, as it says, were always engaged in robbery and burglary. That's why Ratnakar also became a decor. So next slide. Yeah, now how Ratnakar became Valmiki. Now the Valmiki we know today is all loving, he likes the nature, but this is the complete opposite of what he was before he met Narada. Now during the Treta Yuga, which was a time thousands of years ago, Ratnakar lived in the forests and along the banks of the holy river Ganga. Ratnakar was a cruel hunter and a fearless thief. Everyone was afraid of Ratnakar. When he walked in the forest, even the birds would fly to the nests and animals would look for a place to hide. But one day, just as Ratnakar would not expect, he found the great sage Narada. Narada is a great devotee of Narayana, and he was just walking towards the Ganga singing kirtans in praise of God. Ratnakar jumped out and demanded he give his money. So as of now, we see Narada getting mugged. But now next what happens? Narada says, my dear man, all I have are these rags I wear. If you want them, you may take them. Narada's calmness and kindness surprised Ratnakar and took him by surprise completely. As Ratnakar gazed in Narada's eyes, his generosity and uncruelness had just melted his mind into a million pieces. So next slide. Now next what happened? Narada saw this transformation and lovingly explained to Ratnakar how stealing and killing animals was very sinful. He reminded Ratnakar that although his family was eager to share the fruits of his bad actions, they would not share his sins. Upon this realization, Ratnakar fell to Narada's feet and asked for forgiveness. This shows us that Narada can make the worst of people into the greatest of priests and saints. And after this, Narada taught him to recite the name of Ram. There is also another part where he actually met the Saptarishis, and one of the Saptarishis actually told him to continuously say the word Mara, which means die. But then, as he continuously kept saying it, slowly the Ma and Ra changed places and it became Rama. So such as this, he remained in meditation for years. In fact, he sat there so long that an anthill grew around and above him. Imagine the silence you would have to be. The most silent. Yeah, you could throw a pin at him. You could throw a stone at him. You could splash water next to him. Everything would be heard. Ah, and one day Narada came back walking by the same exact place, carefully cleared away the anthill and smiled at Ratnakar as he said, "As you are now reborn from a ruthless life of sinning, you shall now be considered Valmiki from the name anthill or Valmika." Now, with the tears of joy in Valmiki's eyes, he began his new life. He made his great ashram right next to the place where he used to take people hostage, the Ganga. And this was the place which even provided refuge to Sita, the woman of Sri Ram's life. And this is also where Valmiki sir had also composed our favorite Ramayana. So next slide. Now, this is where he creates the first Sanskrit shloka. Now, Valmiki was going to the river Ganges, as he would usually do, for his daily ablutions. A disciple came by the name Bharadwaj, was carrying his clothes, not to be confused with the Saptarshi Bharadwaj. On the way, they came across the Tamasa stream. At the stream, Valmiki said to his disciple, "Look how clear this water is, like the mind of a good man. I will bathe here today." When he was looking for a suitable place to step into the stream, he saw a crane couple mating. Valmiki was very pleased on seeing the happy birds. Suddenly, hit by an arrow, the male bird died on the spot. Filled by sorrow, its mate screamed in agony and died of shock as well. Valmiki's heart melted at this pitiful sight. Here, his mind filled with anger as he looked around to who shot the bird. He saw a hunter with bows and arrows nearby. Bhil were also very good at shooting and aiming. So Valmiki had realized this, but he had forgotten everything about his past life. So he cannot tell anything about his past life. When he saw this, Valmiki became enraged. And when finally he cried out, the next slide. Yes. Ma nishad pratishtha tvam gamaha swasi saswatihi samaha yat kraunchimitha dekam avadhihi kama mohitam. You will find no rest for the long years of eternity, for you killed a bird in love and unsuspecting. Emerging spontaneously from Valmiki's rage and grief, this couplet is considered the first shloka in Sanskrit literature. But now what about the Ramayana? Now the Ramayana was also composed in Sanskrit by our same favorite Valmiki, not before 300 BCE. He is known as the Adi Kavi, the first poet, author of Ramayana, and the first epic poem. The Ramayana, originally written by Valmiki, consists of 24,000 shlokas and 7 cantos, or otherwise known as kandas. The Ramayana is composed of about 480,002 words. He writes Ramayana as an ancient Sanskrit epic which follows Rama's quest to rescue his beloved wife Sita from the clutches of Ravana with the help of an army of monkeys. It is traditionally attributed to the authorship of the sage Valmiki and dated to around 500 to 100 BCE. Now, temples. Valmiki has many temples, as we would expect from the Adi Kavi himself, and there is even a sect about him in Hinduism, the Valmiki sect, where he is also known as Lal Beg or Balasha, as a patron saint with a plethora of mandirs dedicated to him. In the Siddhar of Tamil Nadu, Valmiki is known as Valmighar and is revered as one of the 18 esteemed Siddhars of yore. The Ettukudu Murugan temple at Nagapattinam is home to his Jiva Samadhi. An area in Chennai, Tiruvanmiyur, is believed to derive its name from sage Valmiki, Thiruvalmikiyur. There is a temple for Valmiki located in this place which is believed to be 1300 years old. Imagine having that much of power within Hinduism itself, that he had an entire sect named after him, entire places named after him. This just shows how much of an importance he plays in Hinduism. Sri Valmiki Mata Mahar Samsthana is a temple dedicated to Valmiki in Rajanahalli, Karnataka. Valmiki Ashram, a site considered to be the original ashram of Valmiki, is located in the Chitwan district of Nepal. This site is near the Triveni Dham pilgrimage site. The next slide. And of course, we cannot go past Valmiki's story without talking about the one day that is the most important of any one person in his life, his birthday. Of course, we can't leave that out, can we? There is a tradition of celebrating his birthday as the festival of Valmiki Jayanti. This year, Valmiki Jayanti is celebrated on October 31st, Saturday. Due to his immense contribution to the literature of India, he is worshipped even today. Every year, Maharishi Valmiki Jayanti is celebrated on Purnima Tithi of Ashwin month. The Purnima of Ashwin is also known as Sharad Purnima. This day is also celebrated as the day of descendants. This day holds immeasurable significance from the religious point of view. The life of Maharishi Valmiki, who was born in Treta Yuga, teaches to abandon all ill deeds, perform good deeds, and walk on the path of bhakti. Every year, Valmiki Jayanti is celebrated to spread the message of why Valmiki's life is considered important. Thank you everyone for silently listening to me, and I'll just stay back if any queries required. Thank you.
Excellent. Beautifully explained right from how he was from Ratnakar. He became Valmiki and he wrote so many scriptures and so many temples are up to his name. This was a new thing for me. Thank you so much, Swastik. And with this, we end the class.
Excuse me, sir.
Wait a minute, just a minute. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.